is 1963 Dodge Town Wagon. When it came here, it came from Arizona. It needed floors. It was a little two-wheel drive setup. So basic summary is it's got Super Duty axles. I built all the radius arms. It's got 2.5-inch Fox coilovers, 12-inch coilovers that are custom tuned from AccuTune Off-Road. It's got a 5.9 Cummins, automatic 47RH transmission with NP241 transfer case, Dakota digital dash, Restomod AC system, custom interior done by, well, the seats were done by Gritwell, all the metal work that's on the inside, the headliner, the floor, I did all that stuff here. So it's a sweet little four-wheel drive unit. So here we have, this is a 97 5.9 Cummins. It's a 12 valve. I try to stick to the 97s because they have the 180 pumps and they're the most favorable pumps out there. So overall, the work done to this motor, it's got, you know, the head was gone over and completely redone. It's got the Allen style head bolts for the additional boost. We're running 60-pound valve springs, 5x14 injectors, slightly bigger delivery valves. The timing's jumped up to 18.5. What else here? Running HE 351 turbo off of a 3rd gen, but non-wastegated. So I actually weld the wastegate shut, and they have a little plug for the original sensor and wastegate. Running a 31 by 13 by 3-inch intercooler. It's made by Holley. I can't remember it's like a Frostbite or something like that. Got a 7.3 Ford 7.3 Power Stroke Hydro Boost, redhead steering box. Running the Fox 2.5, the 12-inch coilovers that are factory tuned by AccuTune Off-Road. Running a 3-core radiator that's actually for a Chevy truck. It had the necks in the right position. I had to modify the bottom neck to get around the AC compressor. Custom firewall panels that have sound deadening behind them. On the far left side, you can see the bulkhead from Restomod AC that has all of your heater core lines and your AC lines. Left everything on the fenders here stock. They're just clear coated, so this is the natural patina from the fenders, and I thought that it matched the interior leather like almost perfect. So turned out good whenever we got it clear coated. I was pretty excited about that. So underneath here on this side, you can see we got our amp steps that I had to modify from 2001 Chevy Silverado kit. It's the only kit that Amp makes that's a 1-wire, that you don't need to actually plug it into a factory wiring harness. So it just uses like a door sensor for like a dome light. Just goes to ground. I just made some brackets. It was a little bit difficult because for whatever reason this rocker doesn't follow the door, and it transitions from close to the door to farther away from the door. It's about 1.5 inches difference. So I had to make some custom brackets to make the step come down evenly. You got the radius arms that I built and the Fox coilovers. So I made the towers, I made all of the radius arms from scratch. If you come over here, you can see the inner fenders. Everything's kind of dirty right now, but Fox coilovers and the inner fenders that I made. And then up front here, you can see the rest of the suspension setup. So we got a Fox steering stabilizer on here, and I'm using like the leaf spring Super Duty axles. So I was able to make the brackets for the radius arms on this side and weld directly to it. And then on this side over here, I designed like a clamshell that goes over the existing leaf spring mount, and it clams and bolts, so then you have the same mounts on both sides. So here we got some 18-inch Detroit wheels. They're the 8-inch wides with whatever the smallest offset they would allow. Running 275, 70, 18, so I think that turns out to be like a 34.5-inch tire, but it's only I think 10 3/4 wide. So I got the Dodge center caps. I had to make like a custom ring that holds the clips because the diameter of them is too small. So behind there's a ring that actually bolts to the lugs and has all the clips on it, so you can pull the caps on and off. Underneath, we got some Fox shocks with the remote reservoirs in the back and a big old 4-inch polished stainless TIG welded exhaust the whole way up. Inside, you can see we got the amp steps. Did some custom bead roll door panels, the transition strip here for the vinyl floor. I made the lower valence for all the AC vents. The Dakota digital dash cluster I made and bead rolled as well. Same with the visors and the panels for above the doors that tie into the headliner. Big shout out to Gritwell Upholstery for knocking these bench seats out. He took the original frames and added a little shape to them with the foams and got the color just right. It's pretty cool because the original is a jumper here. It's not a straight bench seat. It's only a 2-door, so in order to get to the back, this guy tilts forward. The back side of all of the seats. So it kind of follows the details all the way around. So these are the only new knobs here. Everything else here is factory, but this is the controls for the Restomod AC system. The AC is all stuffed up underneath, so there is no more glove box. All the hoses and stuff come out of the top of the unit, but got your fan speed, temperature, and position here. So here we have a set of these are some of the generic Dakota gauges, but I had them swap out the battery voltage gauge so we could run the EGTs. The boost gauge is part of the controls here, so you can toggle through the main menu here and run battery voltage on here, your miles per hour, you know, your boost, whatever. So the customer requested to have a backup camera, so you can see it's got a rear view mirror that you can actually see out the back, and you can swap it to the front as well. And if you don't want to use it, you can just power it down and it works like a regular mirror. So it's a pretty cool little feature. So thank you for watching the video on the 1963 Town Wagon. This is my first of hopefully many videos. I have a bunch of builds coming up. Right now I'm currently working on a 58 Chevy Apache. I have a 64 Dodge W200 crew cab after that. Then I have a 1989 F350 that's just going to be a quick Cummins swap. After that I got another 58 Apache, but it's the suburban style, so it's much like this Town Wagon. It's gonna be pretty wild too. Yeah, so if you like this video, subscribe, like, share, comment, do your thing, and I appreciate you guys watching and all the support that you guys have showed me through Instagram. I hope it continues over here on YouTube. Thank you.